Well, welcome back to another episode of Research and Design Build. So it's been about 3 months now that I've been actively running a YouTube channel here in 2020 through COVID and all the rest of it, and thought it'd be fun to kind of create a little bit of a video on what it's been like in the first 3 months of starting out on a YouTube channel, some of the things that I've learned along the way so far, and some of the things that I'm still working on, as well as to kind of go through some of my maybe influences or reasons behind doing a YouTube channel. And one of the main reasons I was interested in doing this was that I watched a lot of YouTube videos from people who were already YouTube famous and had huge followings talking about, can you start a YouTube channel in 2020 or should you? Talking about, how much money they're making and I think that's maybe easier to do when you're already there. And so, coming from someone who's not already there, I thought this would be a good video to make, let you guys know about some content that I have coming up, as well as be a good sort of something for me to look back on and see kind of where things had progressed, how fast things had progressed, and so on. So, first thing I kind of wanted to go over, I guess, was the fact that when you're looking to start a YouTube channel in 2020, or at least for myself, it was kind of starting to become harder and harder to relate to a lot of the YouTube people or channels that I was following. I had been following them for a long time and saw their growth year to year. But when I started looking at some of the guys that I do follow and watch, B is for Build, Tavarish, um, those guys are all getting up to, 1.3, 1.5 million subscribers. So they're absolutely knocking it out of the park right now. But as a new YouTuber, that's somewhat kind of hard to relate to now. And so, it's great to see. It's great to see their success, but it is kind of hard to relate to. And, so this is a video where I'm sitting here at 6 subscribers, and I'm just getting to about 1,000 views total on my channel. Um, that's the reality of 3 months in, at least for myself. I haven't had any videos that go gangbusters viral. There's certainly some people out there that only have 3, 4 videos, but one's been picked up substantially. And I don't think I've created that content yet. But it's all about kind of honing your skills and uh, learning how to edit, learning how to film properly, and that sort of thing. And that's probably one of the biggest things that I have learned in terms of trying to create content, and especially trying to build content in sort of the creator space or DIY type space. Not making videos about how to make YouTube videos, but making YouTube videos where I'm trying to show someone how to do something or showing them a project that I've done. And so, those projects themselves take some resources, can take a lot of time and effort that goes into just producing the piece, let alone trying to film it. There's some other content creators out there that their advice was, if they can't do 2 shoots or 2 videos per day, then it doesn't work for them. But when you're in that sort of creator space or building things, that kind of time frame just doesn't work. You could be working weeks or days on a certain project before the project is complete and before that video can be complete. So you're putting in a lot of hours for a 10-minute or a 5-minute video. So a couple of things that I've learned so far doing YouTube. So the couple things that I was kind of worried about or concerned about when I was going to start a YouTube channel was that after seeing all these guys have been doing it for a long time, I wasn't going to start until I had everything perfect. And I'd also, seen a lot of other videos about people talking about creating content, and they're like, well, you got to be on a regular schedule. So every week you've got to be uploading a video, or if you can do it every other day, or have some set routine. And I see that as maybe being important down the road, but in retrospect, I don't think that was critical to starting a YouTube channel. Definitely, if you're going to do a vlog style YouTube channel and that maybe is something that you want to be doing. But for these sort of builds, DIY, auto type channels, I think just starting it with whatever content you can create is probably the most important. Videos that I've put out initially get very few views, and from a just starting out standpoint, I'm talking about a few views a day. Whereas 2 months in, those videos are now starting to get 20 views a day, and so that's where kind of that growth seems to take a while to get started. But then once it gets going, things are moving at more of an exponential pace, I guess. And so that was one of the errors that I probably made starting out, was I wanted to pre-film a bunch of stuff because I wanted to try to hit a video every week. And so I pre-filmed a bunch of projects, but I didn't know how to edit at the time. I didn't really know how to film at the time, and I didn't know what to film. And so I ended up filming a whole lot of stuff that got cut out and took me quite a bit of time to cut out to get down to the points that I really wanted to make my short film. And so I think that was one of the errors that I made, was that I started filming a whole pile of projects, but then doing nothing with the footage that I had. I wasn't going back and editing that. And I think through the editing process, I learned quite quickly what was valuable to try to capture and what wasn't. And I'm probably still not where I need to be, definitely. I think that I can definitely improve the quality of my videos, but that's something that I think I can continue to expand on. The other thing that I was really caught up on before starting a YouTube channel that I've kind of had to get over was having a fully finished set, if you will, for the channel. And I really wanted to have that fully finished garage, everything put away, the shop set up as you see some of the other guys that are doing build videos. Unfortunately, that wasn't going to be a reality for me. I still was working a full-time job, still have all this other stuff going on, and to properly build out a shop takes a long time. So that was something that I had to get over. Yes, the shop's a mess, but still doesn't eliminate the ability to start putting out content, to start getting things moving forward. So I've actually had this channel open since June of 2019. That was when I initially went and created the account. But I didn't think I was ready to release content at that point. I still didn't know how to release content. I didn't know how to edit videos, and was always thinking that things had to be at a much more professional level as I continued to watch other YouTube large channels grow. Their production quality got substantially better, and I was always trying to, I guess, meet that benchmark. And there's a few guys that I started to follow and started to seeing some small success with smaller YouTube channels, guys that had 10,000 views, that I found really kicked my butt into getting in gear and starting with it. And the one guy was D&D Speed Shop, or DD Speed Shop, and he's got a channel. I think he's at Manitoba somewhere up in Canada, and he was doing a 57 Chevy 4-door conversion to 2-door, I think. And just before Christmas, or just after Christmas in January this year, he put out a video talking about how much money he was making off of YouTube, specifically with this project. And I found that really motivational, because I think at the time he had about 10,000 subscribers, maybe a little bit more. I think he's up to closer to 20,000 now. But he was bringing in enough off of the videos for him to justify spending a few extra thousand on his project, and for him to kind of push his own projects along. And he was working out of a small garage, Didn't look like it was all that well insulated for being in Winnipeg and filming during winter with snow on the ground and that sort of thing. Definitely didn't have his shop all professionally cleaned up and all that. I think he was filming off of his phone, so he wasn't filming off of some $5,000 DSLR camera. And that for me was really inspirational in saying, hey, you know what, you can do this at a small level, at a small scale, and still make an impact and still have some fun doing it. Once I started doing it, I didn't realize how much satisfaction I was going to get out of the editing process of the videos and out of just watching the product that you put out there gain views and gain that. And for me, you know, if a video gets 10 or 15 views in the first day, that's a good day. That's a good video release, and is enjoyable. It's actually a lot of fun to watch, and that wasn't something that I was expecting to get. So advice from my standpoint, if you're interested in creating a YouTube channel in 2020, just go ahead and start filming, start editing. As you start filming and edit right away, you'll start to learn to film better, learn different things on how you should do it. For myself, I'm using a GoPro Hero 6, and some of my earlier videos, probably some content that I've filmed but haven't released yet, is on a GoPro Hero 2. And then I've got just an Amazon microphone that I use for voiceover and have been using that. And then I use DaVinci Resolve, the free version, for editing, and I haven't had any issues there. That free program definitely exceeds my current editing ability, so I'm not maxing that program out. But yeah, I'd say just get content out there. There's a lot more enjoyment from YouTube, I would say, than the monetization aspect of it. Certainly seems far away from me at this point, but I guess I wasn't ready for the amount of fun that I was going to have doing the editing, making the films, and then watching how they progress on YouTube as far as how many people watch them and that sort of thing. So as far as goals for the channel, I want to still continue to create content. I'll continue to kind of monitor and watch what videos do well and which ones do less well, and steer it in that direction. So I do want to get more into some automotive content. I do have a Hummer H1 that I've been working at and doing restorations, so I'll have some content on that coming up. I've had that vehicle for quite a long time, probably 8 years, and done a lot of projects on that over those years, but didn't document them for YouTube or otherwise, just for my personal enjoyment. And so I want to bring some content for that. I've got another one that I'll talk about here in a few moments that you'll see content coming out this week. And I will try to do a sort of a 3-month recap. So again, in 6 months to kind of review where the channel's at and let you guys know of any other things that I've kind of learned along the way that has made things easier, been improvements for the channel. Again, trying to motivate other people that are starting brand new small YouTube channels and grow that, because there is a lot of content from people that are already big telling you whether you can or can't create a successful YouTube channel or a YouTube channel in general in 2020. But I wanted to start one from someone who's just developing. So please subscribe so that you get some notifications for new videos, so that you can tag along and watch the progression of the channel along with me. So the current project that I have underway is the development of my basement. And so I've been going through, I've done a few videos so far on it. So I installed an insulated subfloor here in the basement, and I've got a video covering that started off fairly slow on the uptake, but right now is probably one of my most popular videos. And then just yesterday I released one on wiring up the thin LED lights that I'm installing throughout the basement. And I've just finished the framing, so I'll probably have a video loosely covering that, although I think there's quite a bit of content out there from people that are significantly more skilled than myself. Stay tuned, please subscribe if you're doing your own basement remodel. Hopefully there's a couple of tips or tricks or ideas that you can gain from some of the videos, but there will be more content surrounding developing your basement coming soon.